go ahead and add some of that.
You feel like summer days to me, warm, tender, sunny rays. I hope that we are meant to be. You say nothing at all when we meet, yet somehow I know your history. Oh, come what may, I'm ready. Picture frames, lavender paint.
Good morning, good morning. Here we go. Wubba dub dub. 10 points if you get the reference. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to my vlog. My name is Grace. If you're new here, I am a realistic lifestyle vlogger chronicling my weight loss journey by managing my PCOS, taking the supplement berberine, and lifting weights. I think that's probably like the most conclusive I've ever been in like an intro. So we're going places. We're getting there. We're literally going places. We're going home. I just finished my second leg day of the week, heading home now. I'm running a little bit behind. I'm not gonna be late, but I usually have a little bit more time to get ready before I start work. But I'm gonna go home, take berberine. I take it 30 minutes to 90 minutes before I eat a meal, and it helps to reduce the overall glucose spike that occurs after having a big meal, ultimately helping me to feel satiated for longer. I am not officially diagnosed with PCOS. In a previous vlog, it's actually one of my most popular ones, where I talk about my initial weight loss experience with berberine so far. I touched on a women's health appointment that I went to where the doctor, a gentleman doctor, he looked me up and down and he assessed that even if I do have PCOS, it doesn't matter because he, just by looking at me, can tell that I have metabolic syndrome. Whether or not that's true wasn't helpful at the time because I had specifically booked that appointment in the hopes of obtaining a prescription for metformin or something to help me manage my hunger. You know, I'm not going in there looking to get prescribed Ozempic or something trendy like that. I'm looking for something practical, proven effective, and he just basically poo-pooed the whole thing. I left his office in tears. The actual exam didn't happen until after like the whole conversation about my health and my weight, so it was mildly traumatizing. I'm currently taking berberine. I've taken it for 90 days and I've just come off a week cycle as of today, so I'm going to be starting to take it again for another 90-day cycle, and it has been studied and shown to be as effective in managing blood sugar as metformin. I'm not a doctor. This is my official little asterisk, like, you know, don't take my advice as medical advice. This is my experience on the supplement berberine, and I have found it so far to be monumentally helpful. Of course, there are some days where I eat because of other things outside of hunger. And in cases like that, I wouldn't necessarily fault the berberine for not helping me manage my hunger cues better. There are some times that I will override that because I'm in an emotional state, stressed out, fatigued. Maybe I didn't sleep all the night before, and that, you know, everything else goes out the window if, you know, if your leptin is low. You can tell I'm learning a little bit more and more about hormones. But I'm feeling really good. I just took the Pulse, I think it's called, Pulse Preworkout by Legion. It's my first time trying that brand, and holy moly, the mental clarity is on another level. I did get a lot of that beta-alanine, like, tingly. It's not my favorite. I don't like feeling like pins and needles, but there was some of that. And it didn't last too long and it wasn't too intense. I find I get a lot of that when I take Alani New Protein, which, as you saw in my last vlog, I had to replace that because it just got so inexplicably chunky. I definitely recommend it, and that's what I'm going to be taking from now on. Am I? Okay, that is sweat. I gotta run in, but we'll talk soon. Okay, bye. So I am back on. It's still kind of early in the morning. It's like 9:30. The energy I had from the pre-workout is starting to wear off, so I'm going to go ahead and make a coffee. But before I do, I wanted to show you guys, this is the brand that I recently picked up. It's the pink lemonade flavor of Legion's Pulse pre-workout. It did work very well this morning, so definitely would recommend this, especially because the texture is a lot less chalky than a lot of other pre-workouts I've been trying. It's too soon to say whether or not it holds up against moisture. I don't leave any like lids open, but I definitely have been having trouble, especially with the Alani Nu pre-workout, with that one getting kind of clumpy. I also wanted to share some of the supplements I take outside of berberine. I've talked about recently in other videos that I've started taking cayenne. Honestly, it has been pretty hit or miss whether or not I get any heartburn when I take the cayenne. I don't tend to feel heartburn if I take this right after I eat a decent sized meal, but if I take it like an hour or so after I eat, it can kind of get a little bit heartburny. This is the brand I take. I also take iron. I started taking this when I was donating plasma pretty regularly, and I found that if I didn't take it in the mornings of my afternoon appointments, that I would get denied the ability to donate for that day. And then I also, for my other supplements, just take a multivitamin from Costco, and I also take from Costco a fish oil supplement. And I also do take zinc, but I know that you're not supposed to pair it with iron because they don't absorb at the same time, and your body can only take one or the other. At least that's what I've heard. I tend to forget to take my zinc because I mean to take it about 3 or 4 hours later, so more so around lunchtime, but that is another supplement I at least try to take. Since I need a little bit more of a caffeine boost, I'm gonna go ahead and make my protein coffee. I have been out of my coffee era for the past 6 or 7 months. It honestly has been giving me kind of the ick, especially hot coffee, but I have recently picked up cold brew and it's re-sparked my love for coffee. It is a little bit more expensive to keep up with because it's like a bottle with only like 3 or 4 servings. Well, no, it's a bottle with like, what, 8 to 10 servings in it? Something like that. I guess then it's pretty affordable. It's just more expensive than getting like a great value Keurig pod pack from Walmart. Yeah, anyway, let's make it. All right, gonna move kind of quickly because I gotta get back to it. But we've got 2 glasses. Of all the proteins I've tried, I would have to say Dimetize has been like the most smooth and non-proteiny tasting. And I'm gonna put ice in just one of these cups. The other one I'm gonna use to mix the protein. And that's all the ice that's in that tray. That's probably good. I'm gonna eyeball about a half cup of 2% milk. Let's put some in there. We don't want to fill it up all the way because the protein takes up a lot more room than you would think, but this is the cold brew I drink. Tastes the best for being like the lowest calorie. I don't like the ones that are pre-sweetened, so I just get the unsweet black. Use about a half scoop of Dimetized protein in there. Let's go ahead and also, when you use a frother like this, it makes the protein smoothie get a lot more voluminous, which is another reason why I don't pour like all the coffee. Go ahead and add some of that, and I really would want to add more coffee to this. Let's top her up with some more of the good. This coffee is delicious. Like I said, have had the ick for coffee. I've had the ick for coffee for months now, but I would say the only other protein that tastes really good in a cold brew from what I found is one of those Fairlife shakes, but even at Costco those aren't really the most cost efficient. It's definitely a little bit cheaper to get like a powdered protein and measure that out for an individual serving. Cheers. It is now Sunday, so a couple days later. I worked yesterday, so I didn't really film. It was also kind of a high stress day, just for a number of reasons, but nothing I'm going to go into right now. As I mentioned in my last video though, I've been struggling to like cook as much, especially things that are fresh made and not like Hamburger Helper and like frozen pizzas, ever since I canceled my Every Plate subscription. So I'm no longer getting those pre-sorted, you know, grocery meal kit delivery packages weekly, and now I have to fend for myself like everyone else. But last night I went online and I found a couple recipes for dinners for this week. I will mix in something kind of simple, like there probably will be a night of frozen pizza and like a night of dining out. I'm going to go in to Walmart, Super Walmart, shortly to pick up ingredients for meatball bubble up bake. I think that's from Skinny-ish Dish, which was a recipe that I made a bunch of times when I was on Weight Watchers, and it was really yummy. Crowd pleaser. My boyfriend was eating it too and enjoying it. And then there was something from, I don't think it was Half Baked Harvest. Oh, it was Budget Bites. Another recipe that I'm going to get ingredients for is from a website called Budget Bites, which is like a cost-effective recipe blog website. So I turned off my engine, so it's getting really hot in here really quick, and I'm starting to feel it, but I'm gonna go in and, oh yeah, so that second recipe though is for a pesto chicken bake, I think it was called. I wanted to hop on here so that I didn't let so much time go by since I opened this vlog. Yeah, kind of started with the beginning of the weekend and now popping in towards the end of it, but I don't know. I don't really feel ready to go back to work mentally tomorrow, but it's fine. Anyway, let's go in before I absolutely boil. Also, with the uptick of COVID cases in the country lately, I got out my handy dandy mask. Bringing my Trader Joe's bag, even though they don't have one here. Before I head home, I just wanted to roll through this. Before I go home, I just wanted to roll through this little developing neighborhood because I just think it's so cute. I mean, it's definitely out of budget and it's starting to sprinkle a little bit. But anyway, I just wanted to do a little spin through. I mean, it's very new, but they're like townhomes right on the marsh. I don't know if that's like sustainable or if they're gonna regret being this close to the water in like a few years. I definitely probably look a little bit creepy coming through here, but I can also argue that it looks like I'm looking to move. And this is one of my favorite little parts here, is just this. Ta-da! That's so beautiful. It's not as nice on camera as it is in person, but they have a really nice far out view of, I think it's the Vernon River. I might be wrong. It's like that meme that I've been seeing a lot recently where there's this little girl and people will superimpose her on like in different scenarios, but she's just basically like 6 or 7 and she's pointing at something and she's like, I like that. Wish I could have it. And it's like, yes, this is fully applicable. I look super creepy. Oh well. Yeah, this neighborhood is like right behind. Can you even still see it? This neighborhood is right behind Aldi and Walmart in Southside. And yeah, it looks like they're gonna build up another little area of these townhomes. I'm feeling a lot better than I did when I started out on this errand. Honestly, I was feeling a little bit frustrated and deflated. Like, most of my weekend is gone already and I haven't really spent much time for myself. But going into Walmart, it's not my first choice for groceries because it's honestly not the freshest. And as you saw in some of those clips that I filmed, I had to pick through a lot of the food that had expiration dates for like today or tomorrow. And then there was that pack of cherry tomatoes that would normally be pretty cute. It was like the multicolored one, but I was having trouble finding any of them that didn't have some sort of mold or mushiness to it, so I had to get the organic tomatoes. There's a few things that were surprisingly more expensive. I mean, I figured the fresh mozzarella would be more, but everything in general is just getting a little out of hand. And that's the reason I go to Walmart in the first place, is to get it just a little bit cheaper, but you can't really escape it anywhere these days. Oh, and also I didn't get a chance to go to Ulta, what is it, the 13th? If I can go find her birthday present between now and next Monday. If I mail it out on Monday, then I don't have to worry about it being something that's like more than whatever I'm allowed to fly with liquids. And that's my main concern, is like I would normally just pack it, but I don't know if I'm even gonna check a bag when I go up there in a few weeks. So I want to make sure I don't get whatever I buy for her confiscated. I'll probably go looking for that in my next vlog. Back from Walmart, I'm gonna go put these groceries away and kind of unwind for the rest of the night. My boyfriend's out here to help me bring them in. Good morning. It's about 5:38 on Tuesday, and I just wanted to wrap up the vlog here. This is my pre-workout. It's the last of the Ghost Blue Raspberry that I have, and then I'll be pretty much just drinking like the new stuff that I bought. But I wanted to hop on here to say goodbye. I was going to film last night through preparing and serving dinner, but instead of it being one of the creative meals I bought ingredients for, it ended up being just a simple night of hamburger helper. But tonight I will be making either the pesto chicken sheet pan bake recipe or the meatball bubble up bake from Skinny-ish Dish, and I'm gonna go ahead and include that in the next upcoming vlog. So if you're interested in seeing one of those, definitely keep an eye out for the next upcoming video. Hit subscribe so that you're notified to new videos as I come out with them. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and yeah, have a great rest of your morning. Talk to you soon.